Hello, Virgo, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Virgo, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Virgo, let's get started. How does Virgo currently view this relationship? All right, Virgo, let's see what's going on. Okay, so Virgo, we do have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups, and then we also have the Knight of Cups. I like this energy. It kind of looks like recently, as of recently, your perception of someone has drastically changed, but in a good way, not in a bad way, in a really, really good way. It's like you go from looking at them like they're the evil villain to like looking at them like, oh, like they're not the evil villain like I thought they were. I don't know if you thought that this person didn't have your best interests at heart or what the case may be, but I think that, like I said, your perception of this person is just drastically changing, and I feel like it's drastically changing ultimately for the better, which is going to improve your relationship with this person. I'm also getting, Virgo, that because your perception of this person is drastically changing, but it's drastically changing for the better, it's also allowing you to like finally go there, you know, with this person without, you know, fear and your own doubts and reservations about them getting in the way. So I like that. I like that. All right, let's look at this person. How does this person currently view their relationship with Virgo? It's like this person was like finally able to like gain your trust is like the best way that I could describe it as I'm seeing here, because it kind of looks like for a while you had a hard time trusting them and their intentions towards you, but it kind of looks like this person was finally able to gain your trust, which is something that this person, you know, has been aiming for quite some time now. I think that this person just kind of knew that you didn't trust them for whatever reason. Granted, this person could have given you every reason under the sun to not trust them. And granted, there's a possibility that this could have far more to do with your past and very little to do with this person that you find yourself connecting with. But yeah, this person, it kind of looks like they were finally able to, you know, gain your trust, which is something that they've been working towards for quite some time now. I think that this person is definitely noticing a drastic difference within your energy, as well as between the two of you. You know, I feel like now that, you know, you feel you can trust them, it has brought the two of you a lot closer. I am definitely getting that. All right, let's keep going. So far, so good. How does Virgo currently feel? Let's see what's going on. How does Virgo currently feel? Nope, I'm not taking that. How does Virgo currently feel? All right, so we do have the Star. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And then we also have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords coming out here. I'm not entirely sure if this is referring to your relationship with this person or if this is referring to something else, but there's something that you want to give up on. But I don't feel like this has anything to do with them and your relationship, you know, with them. I feel like this has something to do with something else, Virgo. Yeah, there's something that you want to like give up on, and it's something that you were hoping would work out in your favor, but for whatever reason, it's not working out in your favor, and it's causing you to just want to just flat out give up, you know? This could have a lot to do, Virgo, with you wanting to, for example, you know, start a business, but as you're working towards starting this business you've always wanted to start for yourself, you're experiencing a lot of issues along the way, which is causing you to just want to just flat out give up. This could definitely represent, you know, you deciding to go back to school, for example, to get into a specific line of work, but you know, you're facing a lot of issues, you know, along the way, which is causing you to want to give up. I just feel like there's something that you want to go off and like pursue or accomplish and or achieve for yourself. And as you're trying to pursue whatever this thing is, or accomplish or achieve whatever this thing is that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, you're just facing a lot of issues, I would say, along the way that's causing you to just want to like throw your hands up and just simply give up. But with this Ten of Swords coming out here, that's kind of telling me that if you do give up, that's like the worst thing that you could have ever done, you know, to yourself, is give up on whatever this thing is that you just so badly want to start and or pursue and or obtain for yourself. Be the worst thing that you ever do is give up. I just feel like the main reason why you want to give up is because things are not going like according to plan or the way that you envision it would play out, is basically what I'm getting, which is causing you to lose hope. And it's causing you to feel like, well, I guess, you know, the specific, you know, line of work is just not in the cards for me. Or I guess me starting that business is just not in the cards for me. Or I guess, you know, me obtaining this or accomplishing it or achieving this is just not in the cards for me. It is definitely in the cards for you. It is definitely in the cards for you, especially with the star coming out here to the Ace of Pentacles. That's telling me that you will definitely get exactly what it is that you want in the end. It's just not going to happen when you want it to, is basically what I'm getting. So you're being encouraged by Spirit to not give up on the things that you essentially want. Yeah. It's like you're being encouraged to not give up on the things that you essentially want by Spirit. Because if you give up, Virgo, if you give up, it's like the worst thing that you could have ever done to yourself, is give up on this thing, you know, that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself. I do want to look at the Ten of Swords. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Hierophant, and then we also have the King of Cups. I feel like that's kind of why. This is happening to you. Yeah. Let's say, for example, Virgo, let's just say, for example, Virgo, you currently work a 9-to-5 job, right? And you're thinking about, you know, starting a business, right? Because it's something that, you know, you've always wanted to do. You know, as I see you trying to like start this business and get this business off the ground, I see you facing a lot of challenges along the way. And what's really influencing you to just turn around and instantly give up has a lot to do with the fact that, well, it's not like you need, you know what I mean, to get this business off the ground like immediately, you know what I mean? Because, you know, you do have like this 9-to-5 job. So at least, you know, you have that, you know, emotion. I just kind of feel like there's something that you're trying to get off the ground, and the moment it doesn't go your way, it's like you're very quick to give up because you already have, you know, something else that you could fall back on. That's kind of why I'm using the example of you working a 9-to-5 job and then trying to get your business off the ground at the same exact time. It's like the moment this business of yours doesn't get off the ground the way that you want it to, you know, it's like you're like whatever about it, because at least you have your 9-to-5 job. It's not like yeah, it's not like there is any sort of sense of like urgency, you know, coming from you when it comes down to like getting this business off the ground, because, you know, at least you have your 9-to-5 job. So at least you got something to fall back on. But if you didn't have the 9-to-5 job, for example, you would try a lot harder to get this business off the ground. It would be, you know, it would be an energy of you moving with a sense of urgency, right? Because you don't really have anything to fall back on. You know, I actually had this conversation with my sister. Oh my God, like I want to say over 2 years ago. She was actually working a 9-to-5 job, but she wanted to get a business off the ground. And so she started, you know, working towards getting that business of hers off the ground. But I remember her and I having a conversation about how she felt like her business wasn't, you know, blooming as much as she would essentially want it to. And I was telling her that it had a lot to do with the fact that she still has her little security blanket, aka her 9-to-5 job. And then, you know, we were going back and forth about it. She's like, oh, but I can't let go of my job. You know what I mean? How am I going to pay the bills or whatever? And I'm like, well, when you get rid of that security blanket, you have no other choice but to make that business grow, but to make that business, you know, successful. But, you know, if you still continue to hold on to that security blanket, the desire, to get that business off the ground is just not going to be there. The sense of urgency to get that business off the ground, it's just not going to be there. It's just not going to be there. And she took a leap of faith one time, and she got rid of her 9-to-5 job. And yeah, this woman is loaded for sure, for sure. She is loaded. I'm really proud of her and everything that she's been able to accomplish and achieve for herself. But I feel like I'm not encouraging you to get rid of your 9-to-5, just like I didn't encourage her to do so. I was just saying, hey, this is why. But before you do decide to get rid of your 9-to-5, just make sure that you have, at least 3 months worth of, your expenses, like your rent, your water, light, phone bill, all that stuff, 3 months, just to the side, you know what I mean? Just have it saved there just in case. But, and yeah, that's basically what she did. Now, I understand that it's kind of hard in this day and age to, do that as far as save that amount of money, with inflation, all that shit happening. But I feel like you're being put in a situation to believe in yourself, basically. It's like the best way that I could describe what it is that I'm seeing here. I just think that when it comes down to getting this business of yours off the ground, or this career of yours off the ground, it's one of those things where you have to have faith within yourself, and you also have to bet on yourself. You see what I mean? And it does in a way require you to let go of that security blanket that you have. At some point, Virgo, it does. Okay. I feel like once you let go and you start to believe in yourself and have faith within yourself, I think that that's when things are going to start to play out in your favor. But until then, as far as you constantly getting discouraged when it comes down to this business of yours getting off the ground, or this career of yours getting off the ground, it's one of those situations, Virgo, where, giving up in your mind cannot be an option. It just cannot be an option. It can't be an option. The fact that it is an option for you, it is not a good thing. It's just not a good thing, Virgo. It's not a good thing that giving up is an option in your head. Just like I told my sister, because when it comes down to her specific line of work, I mean, she doesn't get paid a consistent amount every month. You see what I mean? It fluctuates. So, there's times where she's doing awesome, like beyond awesome. And there's times where she's doing just okay. You know what I mean? But again, giving up, you know what I mean? Like I told her, it just can't be an option in your mind. You cannot give up on the things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, because the moment you give up, you're screwed. You know what I mean? You're screwed. You can't give up on the things that you want, no matter how hard and challenging it may get along the way. You can't give up on the things that you essentially want in this life, because it's a for sure thing that you're never going to get it and that you're never going to obtain it. So yeah, Virgo, yeah, I just kind of feel like there's something, I almost want to call it this, like a security blanket. There's just something, in your life that's causing you to feel like, well, I could fall back on this. It's not a big deal. I could fall back on this, and I think that that's what's, hindering you in a way from accomplishing and achieving the life that you truly want for yourself, or obtaining the dream job you've always wanted for yourself, or making the amount of money you've always wanted to make for yourself. Like, there's something that you're falling back on. So the moment, when you start to get your career off the ground is concerned and it doesn't go your way, you're very quick to be like, oh, that's all right. It's not a big deal because I got this to fall back on anyway. So it doesn't matter. You see what I mean? Yeah, I really do see my sister in you. I am definitely getting that. Yep. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. What actions? How does this person currently feel? How does this person currently feel? We have the Nine of Cups, we got the Wheel of Fortune, and then we also have the Ace of Pentacles. It kind of looks like now that this relationship between the two of you is finally heading in the right direction, and things are finally good between the two of you. It kind of looks like you guys can now focus on yourselves and the life that you guys want to manifest and create for yourselves. So we do kind of see you guys very focused on your careers right now, and the life that you guys just want to manifest and create for yourselves into fruition is basically what I'm getting. Because this to me feels like somebody's very focused on themselves, but this energy also feels like somebody's very, very focused on themselves as well. So this person's very focused on their career and or business as well. I am definitely getting that. Okay. I feel like the main reason why you guys are very focused on yourselves right now is because the relationship between the two of you is in a really, really good place. Maybe when things were very toxic and chaotic, it made it very challenging and difficult for the two of you to focus on the things that you guys want to accomplish and achieve for yourselves. But now that things are good, you know what I mean, between you and this person, now you guys have time to really focus on yourselves. What actions will Virgo take towards this person or moving forward? We have the Three of Cups, we got the Justice card, and then we also have the Nine of Cups. When it comes down to this thing that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, Virgo, for one, I do see you accomplishing and achieving whatever this thing is, or I do see you getting whatever this thing is off the ground. I am definitely getting that. You will definitely find a way. You will definitely find a way to get whatever this thing is off the ground. You will definitely find a way to get that dream job you've always wanted for yourself. You will definitely find a way. I'm not really worried and concerned about that. This is kind of telling me that you will definitely find a way. Even though things right now may not be playing out the way that you were hoping it would, or things may not be going according to plan when it comes down to getting this business off the ground or this career of yours off the ground, I do see you eventually finding a way. But Virgo, moving forward, I can't emphasize this enough. Do not give up on the things that you truly want and desire to obtain and experience in this life. Because the moment that you decide to give up, that's a for sure thing that it's never going to happen and that you're never going to experience whatever this thing is that you want to experience. Whether that's working that dream job you've always wanted or making that amount of money you've always wanted to make. Whatever it may be for you, because everybody's situation is going to be different. But I do see in the end, I do see this thing of yours that you've been wanting to accomplish and achieve for yourself, finally, you know, getting off the ground, or you finally obtaining whatever this thing is that you've been wanting to obtain for yourself for quite some time now. And it kind of looks like mainly the reason why all of this is happening, you know, is because you decided to not give up in the end. But you also decided to believe in yourself, because I was getting both of those two things at once. It was an energy of you not believing in yourself, but it was also like an energy of you just being very quick to just throw your hands up and just simply give up. Those two things cannot continue to coexist moving forward. And I think that you're realizing that you can't expect to accomplish and achieve whatever this thing is that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself if you don't believe in yourself. You can't expect to accomplish and achieve whatever this thing is if you decide, you know, to just turn around and just instantly give up the moment it doesn't go your way. You see what I mean? And you're realizing that in the near future, that giving up is not an option, because it's not. And then this whole you doubting yourself and not believing yourself, yeah, you can't continue to have that mindset moving forward. And once that starts to change on your end, that's when I start to see things, you know, in your life really, really fall into place. That's when I see you getting exactly what it is that you deserve, which is whatever this thing is that you've been wanting to accomplish and achieve for yourself for quite some time now. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this thing is. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but I do see you finally getting exactly what you want. I do see you finally getting exactly what you deserve. Okay, what actions will this person take towards Virgo or moving forward? Okay, so we do have the Ten of Swords, we got the Page of Wands, and then we also have the Tower out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the King of Pentacles, and then we also have the Justice card. Okay. In regards to what actions this person plans on taking your direction and or moving forward, I feel like things between the two of you have been really, really good as of lately, and that in itself is going to take some getting used to for this person. I feel like this person's just so used to things constantly going left between the two of you, and because things are good / great between the two of you, and it has been for quite some time now, this is going to take some getting used to for this person. I also feel like when it comes down to, you know, this career that they want to get off the ground, or this business that they want to get off the ground is concerned, I think that things are unfolding really nicely in that department as well. I just kind of see a lot of things unfolding really nicely here for them, to the point where they kind of find themselves kind of like stopping along the way to like overthink things like, okay, when is the next shoe going to drop between Virgo and I? You know, when is this going to go south for me? When is that going to go south for me? I just kind of feel like the two of you had a very rough past few weeks, past few months, and or year or two. I just kind of feel like things have been very challenging and rough as of lately for the both of you, to be honest. So the fact that, you know, things are unfolding really nicely between the two of you, you know, is really, really nice. And I think that the two of you are very happy about it. The fact that things are going very good for the both of you career wise or business wise, you know, I also feel like, you know, that's something that the two of you are very, very happy about as well. I just kind of feel like specifically for them, their whole MO is like, when is the next shoe going to drop? When is this going to go south? When is that going to go south? I just kind of feel like they have been so used to things not playing out in their favor. And the fact that, you know, obviously things are playing out in their favor with you, as well as, you know, career wise or business wise. I just kind of feel like they just can't help but to feel like it's only a matter of time, you know what I mean, before shit goes south. But things are finally starting to balance itself out here in your life as well as in their life. And I think that the both of you are going to be very, very happy about that. Like I said, Virgo, when it comes down to this thing that you're trying to get off the ground, granted, things may not be going according to plan, but giving up cannot be an option in your mind. And you not believing in yourself cannot continue to coexist moving forward. You got to believe in yourself and you got to bet on yourself. But most importantly, you can't give up, especially on the things that you truly want and desire. All right. So with that being said, that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.